my name is Abigail Bulman, and I'm a political science major with 3 concentrations at Bridgewater State University in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. I'm also a minor in sustainability. I remember when I first told my father that I wanted to major in political science. His face twisted in a bout of contortion I had only seen him express when he smelled soured borscht. It was hard for my father to understand how I could major in a field other than education. In my father's eyes, something more traditionally feminine seemed to be a more suitable investment of my time. Nobody in my family was ever involved in politics, let alone legislative work. I needed an internship in constituency work and legislative planning to show my father what my dreams and visions for my own future were. Unfortunately, COVID-19 ravaged much of my freshman year, the entirety of my sophomore year, and the first semester of my junior year. As the world came to a halt, so did the opportunities for internships. I was starting to wonder if there would ever be a true opportunity for me to be able to thrive in the niche political realm I was so desperately trying to get a foot in the door to. That was until I saw an ad for Semester in the City in my home university's weekly email bulletin. I sent in an application, had an interview with fellow Bridgewater alum Colin Loftus, and then received an acceptance letter with the subsequent internship listing. Job title, Legislative Fellow. Place of work, Cambridge City Council. Over the following several months, through the College for Social Innovation, I've had the privilege to be a Legislative Fellow for Councillor Nolan for the spring semester. My special project has consisted of policy drafting and drafting ordinance language for several issue items, as well as coming up with a plan to implement related legislation in Cambridge. Specifically, my special project involved conducting research on combating climate change and coming up with a strategic plan to implement related policy in the city of Cambridge. I focused on the fields of banning gas-powered lawn equipment and promoting urban biodiversity. The steps of this project were collecting research via means of community outreach, analyzing the municipal code of neighboring municipalities, then putting my findings into a digestible policy draft with its subsequent ordinance language. However, proceedings did not always go swimmingly. Between time constraints, changing deadlines, especially of city meetings, and evolving goals, especially with a never-ending, insatiable accumulation of resources, I would be remiss not to mention that, at times, I did have difficulty trusting the strenuous and mentally taxing legislative process. However, I came to trust the process and let it cook. On April 24th, I presented my policy draft to the City Council during a regular meeting. It was voted into legislation that evening 9-0. The legislation that my policy drafting and ordinance language promotes will live in ink long after my time with City Council has come to an end, and it's shown my father what is capable when a daughter pursues her dreams.